Hi, Virgos. Rhonda here with your weekly forecast for this coming week. And to start us off, we have the Five of Winter. And the Five of Winter for you today, some things aren't worth the effort, are they? We sometimes have to have a choice of letting go of things, right? And realizing that things may not that we want are not necessarily in our best interest, right? And so then we have to make that decision and realize that some things just aren't worth it. Why? Because they're not in our highest good, right? And letting go of those attachments. And so that's going to kind of be your thing this week, is being able to say, you know what, that's not in my highest good anymore. And it's not worth the effort I'm putting into it. It's not worth the energy I'm expending on it, right? And setting that boundary. Okay. As your obstacle card, you got the Prince of Spring. And so the Prince of Spring is all about being able to handle a challenge, right? But as an obstacle, it's about being aware of your ability to handle that challenge. Being able to stand your ground there, right? You have to be careful because you're being called out on the first one about what you think you want may not be in your highest interest and not worth your effort. So what does then the Prince of Spring say? Well, make sure that you have the tools you need to make sure you can handle this, because otherwise you're going to get caught up, right? You're able to handle it. You're able to handle the challenge, but believing that and doing it are two different things. So be careful for that as an obstacle. And then from advice from the universe, you got the Ace of Summer. And that was in reverse. And I think that for the Ace of Summer in reverse, and for you in this reading, is about, even when it comes to close relationships, intimate relationships, we sometimes have to set the boundaries of, this is not my highest good, this is not for me, and make those kind of decisions, whether it's friendships, love relationships, family, whatever, right? Because if we look at the first card, that sometimes we can put forth our best efforts and it's just not good enough. It's just not enough, right? And so make sure you're listening to your higher self. What's in your highest good, right? The Prince of Spring is about a passionate relationship. So is the Ace of Summer. It's all about relationships. So that's kind of where this is all centering, around a relationship. And so with Healing with the Fairies, you got the Breaking Free card. Sometimes we feel trapped by outside circumstances. For instance, we believe that financial or family obligations compel us to accept an unsatisfactory job, or we're afraid to leave or fix an unhealthy relationship. Perhaps we feel our family or spouse won't let us pursue life-enhancing activities such as college classes or exercise program. Then again, maybe we feel controlled by our addictions. The fairies say that we're responsible for ourselves. The fairies say that when we're more responsible for ourselves, we're more responsible for others. That is, when we are happy, our family, friends, children, and spouse enjoy being around us and are inspired by our strength and confidence. Pray for help in releasing your fears and assisting you in breaking free. God's plan is that you be responsible while simultaneously feeling as free as the birds, angels, and fairies. had a lot of energy behind it, I think. When you're looking at, your cards in general, I think that when you're looking at relationships, and I think that that's really important, and that's kind of been a thing for you guys, Virgos, for the last couple of weeks, right? Is relationship themed, if I remember correctly, about realizing when it's time to walk away, when it's time to at least maybe not sever the relationship, but at least set those boundaries, right? And being able to break free, being able to live in all honesty with yourself and your authentic truth, right? And being able to stick up for yourself and say, you know what, this is in my highest good. This is what I need right now. And making the people in your life back you up, right? Set those boundaries. You got a throat chakra card, shockingly enough. I was being sarcastic there. Higher consciousness. At any given moment, the consciousness of your higher self is available to you and speaks through you. When presented with an opportunity to express your thoughts, ask yourself the question, what would my higher self say? Give it a voice and let its divine presence known using yours. Your highest self is the lightest, easiest, most fluid form of your true nature. Be intentional about cultivating your relationship with this essence. Celestite is the crystal and lemongrass is the herb. And again, this goes back to what is in your highest good, right? What is in the best interest of your happiness? So let your voice speak from that place, right? Get in connection with that highest self. Get in connection with that and let it be heard, right? Let it be heard. And then you've got a crown chakra card called Spirit Team. Open yourself up to the spiritual realms. Your angels and guides have so much to share with you. As you move forward on your sacred path, visualize beings of light as your ever-present companions. When you feel afraid or unsure of your next steps, call upon your angels and guides for help. Speak your needs out loud or write them down using your awakened voice to illuminate what you desire. Your personal spirit team stands ready to support you. Purple fluorite is the stone and pink lotus is the herb. And again, and especially when you're trying to come into that truth of yourself, connect with your spirit team. Ask them for help. Ask them, what are my next steps? How do I navigate, right? How do I navigate this, right? Connect. Ask, right? Because they do have so much they want to share with you. They want to talk to you all the time, right? But they're not allowed to unless you ask. So ask, right? Just ask. Intentions for the week. Selfless happiness. I wish happiness for all forms of creation, asking that all living and sentient beings have what they seek so long as it harms none. In wishing happiness for others, I also receive personal satisfaction because we are all intricately connected within the web of life. Celestite is the stone and myrrh is the resin. That's twice celestite has come up with for you today as a stone. So definitely be looking at some celestite for you this week to help connect with that happiness, right? Right? Connecting with that higher consciousness and that truth, right? Be a good stone for you. All right, we're burning for love. I am one with the fire of eternal love and creation. All life flows through me, and I'm alive with love. I embody love for all to see, and as I burn with this sacred fuel, I allow others to witness love in its sacred and divine human manifestation. And the stone for that is fire opal, and the essential oil is Damiana. And let me tell you, love for yourself is like the greatest thing you can do as an example to others, right? When it comes to love, when you're in tune with that love for yourself, then it shows, and other people see that as an example of what love is. And then it's easier to set boundaries too, right? Because they know that you're coming from a place of the heart, and they know that you're right. That's where you're at, right? And Virgos, I'm willing to let love in. Open your eyes wide and say, I am willing to let love in. It is safe to let love in. And repeat that 3 times. And for you, I want to say it's let love for you in. You love you. Let your own love in, right? So you know it's in your highest good. You're able to make those decisions. You're able to let go of what you thought would be a good expectation or a good standard, because it's not in your highest good right now. But you have to recognize that for yourself, and you have to let go. And you have to be able to love yourself through it. And you got Pluto as your dice roll, and the deities are Pluto, Osiris, and Shiva. And of course, Pluto's all about transformation, death and rebirth, elimination, right? Regeneration, empowering yourself, right? And that really goes hand in hand with all of your cards for today, is just that talking about that transforming, changing, loving, empowering yourself, right? It's all Pluto energy, right? Letting go of what no longer serves you, moving it into a higher path, right? Okay. Well, Virgos, that's all I have for you this week. A reminder that I do take free will donations for the readings I do on here. The link for that is in the comment section if you feel called. I hope you have a great week, and remember that I love you.